Look at your Friday evening forecast. Let's say good evening to 19 First Alert meteorologist Erica Page. Erica, it is cold outside. It's been snowing off and on all day. Will that trend continue into the weekend?
Yeah, so it will up to the first half of the weekend, but kind of is the theme with lake effect snow. It doesn't mean it's necessarily going to be impacting everybody. So there will be some certain corridors where I think there is a better chance of seeing some of that lake effect snow. But again, we did continue the 19 First Alert weather day tonight into tomorrow just to cover those bases, because I do think in some spots it's possible you could exceed 4, 5, 6, maybe even up to 7 inches of snow before this system is all said and done. Now, you'll see where we have the winter weather advisory in effect. It includes Cuyahoga, Lake, Geauga, down towards Portage, Ashtabula, and Trumbull counties. It doesn't mean that everybody under this winter weather advisory is going to see high snowfall totals. Probably the western part of Cuyahoga County, you may only get up to an inch, maybe 2 inches if you're lucky and you get a band that sets up just long enough. So keep that in mind. It's, though, in this zone where you probably stand the best chance at seeing some of those higher snowfall totals. So as we run you through your snow tracker, again, this will take you through tomorrow, through the early part of Sunday, because it's still possible you could have a few flurries lingering into the second half of the weekend. You'll see where that bullseye really sits. Geauga County through Ashtabula out towards Trumbull, and then you get a couple other secondary maximums down towards our secondary snow belt. So you're talking southern Cuyahoga into parts of Summit County as well. That's where you could see, I think in the secondary snow belt, probably about 2 to 3 inches of snowfall over the course of, about 24 hours or so. So here's how things play out with your future view. Again, I'm not overly concerned with huge travel impacts everywhere. Certainly, at least this evening, everything is stayed above freezing for the most part. So a lot of this is melting on contact. That will continue to change as we go through tonight because temperatures will be falling. We're getting an Arctic front that's moving in. And so it really helps us source some much colder temperatures by tomorrow morning. But you see how that lake effect slowly works from our western zones tonight to eventually east of 77 through the day tomorrow. And that's where you start to see that better potential of potentially some of those higher snowfall totals through parts of Geauga, southern Ashtabula into Trumbull County as we go through the day tomorrow. But again, this is not going to be snow for everybody. It's really just going to be confined to where that lake effect band starts to set up. It'll continue to become disorganized through the second half of tomorrow, and so you'll eventually start to see those snow showers lifting offshore and back out over the lake, just leaving us with an absolutely frigid start to the morning once we get into your early Sunday, Chris.
All right, Erica, let's take 15 seconds, hear from a word from our sponsor.
I've represented families just like yours for over 4 decades. Listen, if you need me, call me. You know I'll be there for you, and I'll make them pay. In the meantime, I'll keep an eye out for you.
All right, let's take a look at the 7-day forecast, including the double weekend, and Christmas is on the 7-day.
Yeah, it is. And we're getting closer and closer to the end of the year as well. New Year's Eve will be on there probably once we get into the next week. And of course, you're just 1 day off here with that 10-day forecast. Tomorrow and Sunday are the coldest days over the next 10, it really looks like. We'll start to see the pattern changing a little bit more Monday into Tuesday, some wintry mix to changing over to some rain likely. Where that wintry mix sets up, it's going to be important to kind of monitor whether that shifts more north, more east versus more into our area. So that is something we will nail down through the rest of the weekend, but you can see that the trend is warmer and a little drier as we look ahead towards Christmas Day. Temperatures near 40 degrees as we get into your Christmas Day afternoon, and then we are potentially back into the 50s by next weekend.
All right, 19 First Alert meteorologist Erica Page, we appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
All right, we'll have much more on your weekend forecast and your night news coming up on 19 News at 10 o'clock on CW43, and then switch over to 19 for the news at 11. I'm Chris Fry in the 19 News Digital Studios. We'll see you at 10 o'clock.
19 News, now streaming on Samsung Smart TV. Search for